Hi, beautiful Sagittarius. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Sagittarius, this is your monthly read for, excuse me, April. Yeah, we're a little bit into April. There's been a lot going on here. And I first want to say that I still have an offer of 25% off personal reading. So if you're interested in getting like somewhat like this, but you get to ask your own personal questions, then please go read about it in the description box, because the rest of the month of April I have 25% off. You won't find the discount there. So only if you listen to this will you know that there's a discount, okay? Also want to say thank you so much for your likes and subscribes and your donations. I see them. Thank you so much. And it really has helped move the channel in the right direction. So thank you guys. Okay, let's get into this crazy. We are 3 days away. I don't know if you listened to the 8th of April video. Please go listen to that if you're interested. We're 3 days away from when I'm recording this, from a new moon solar eclipse sun activity day, and that's for sure going to be shown in this monthly read, but you're also probably going to feel it. I was going to do readings yesterday. I was going to do your reading yesterday, and I started off fine. Actually, I started already like 2 days ago, so I would say like the night between. So just check in wherever you're at. I see the camera not working again. Check in and see where you're at, like the night before the 3rd and the 4th. I just could not sleep. I fell asleep and then I woke up and I was awake like for a couple of hours that night. And then yesterday, it started out fine. I actually had a couple of personal readings in the morning, and then by noon I just didn't function. I had such a pressure over my head. I just felt really weird in my entire body. And today I feel way better, but still somewhat out there, if that makes sense. It sort of is perfect for the readings because the information is way clearer, but I feel a little bit more dissociated, if that makes any sense. And if you feel this way, I think we can just sort of sum it up and just blame it all on these shifts that's going on energetically, okay? Sagittarius, we have choices. Make the best choices. Wow, I see a lot going on for you, Sagittarius. Like you're thinking about like big lifetime changes. Like things that just, this is not changing your curtains. This is not like, should I go from a white colored theme to a, this is when you're thinking about moving, like moving state. There you go. Moving state, thinking about getting in or getting out of a relationship. This is when we're making big life decisions. Do you see everything that's going on? If you're only listening, I'm just holding up the picture so that you can see. There's a lot of stuff going on there. Okay, going into this message, what do we have? For Sagittarius for April, please. Choices. You might have a lot of decisions to make. I have the blood moon there, like the super moon in the back. So that will for sure. It's almost like we have, look at this. It's almost like we have this big streak of things going on this side, and then we have like the moon on the other side. So it's like the moon sits on one side, and I think before we're even thinking about making this stream of choices, like to change them, to just have the moon play out its energy and just really wait for things to settle in, like wait for the signal, wait for the clear direction, wait for when you feel like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. I understand, I completely relate to being really, like you really have to practice your patience to be able to wait for that signal, because we just want a clear direction and we want to get moving like like now. Excuse me. Then we have ten of Michael. I'm going to get into this in a second. I'm just going to get all the cards on the table. Ten of Michael. So that's speaking about wrapping something up. The situation has ended. And if this is you feeling this 7-year cycle that has ended, because that's what's been going on. Like we have a solar eclipse happening on the 8th of April. And the same, like what started this whole, that's coming up as like a cross over the Americas. Oh, this camera, and it's going to kill me. Okay, I hope it's not too annoying on your end. I'm trying to pause and press play and have everything catch up. So yeah, this solar eclipse is, you can see it as a cross over the Americas, and that like one line started in 2017. So that's like literally almost to the day, or to the month anyway, a 7-year cycle that started I'm so sorry, Sagittarius. That started okay, let's hope it's better now. Yeah, seven years ago it started a cycle, or you can say that it ended a cycle. Depending on what, like maybe you went out of a relationship, you got into a relationship, you you just started on this journey, this 7-year journey that is now coming to a close of this year, 2024, with this solar eclipse. Like something is shutting down. And what I said in this 8th of April video is that like for me personally, like I'm so happy that this 7-year cycle is now done, because it's like, I don't know about you guys. I mean, at the same time that it did a number on me, it really have forced me into a corner to really look at myself and really open that heart up, and like really starting at least to become the best version of myself. Had this 7-year situation not happened, I probably wouldn't have been here. I mean, like I probably wouldn't have opened up in the way that I have. So feel into what happened since 2017 that is now closing down. You're closing this down. It's done. It's done. You're done. It's over. And that brings a lot of choices. It brings to like, now what? Now what are you supposed to do? And before that sort of ending is like fully closing down, and before the new has really shown its face, it can be a little bit like frustrating. Look at that. Wheel of Fortune and Ace of Gabriel. I mean, yeah, you don't have to worry though that like, so we have the closing. We're going to get into this in a second. 10 of Michael, we're closing down. The chapter has ended. We have the Wheel of Fortune. The wheel is now picking up speed and momentum in the new direction. We have new beginnings and the delays. And Ace of Gabriel, a gift of passion, opportunity and inspiration, the chance to do something amazing. New beginning with the ace there as well. We're going to get a couple more cards on the table before we really get into the message. Okay. Temptation. Moving out of your old ways. Moving. This can also be like being really determined of like where you want to go. And I understand like that can also be a little bit tricky when you're somewhat in the old and somewhat in the new. And you want to push forward in the new, but you don't really see any like too much going on in the new. So therefore we sort of fall back into the old behaviors, old ways of being, which can be, it can be anything from like trying to quit sugar, trying to get better sleep patterns, trying to like to get on that wagon and get on that train and really like, you know, really set forward a new way of living or like a new way of being. And then you're the only one moving. Does that make sense? Like you're the only one, like life is not coming with you, or like at least it doesn't look like it. It looks like you're the only one. Like where's all the rest? Where's all the people? Where's the momentum? And then it can be a little bit tricky to like stay the course, and then we sort of tend to move back into old behaviors and old ways. But that's going to shift, Sagittarius. It's going to shift. We have the wheel, and we have Ace of Gabriel. It's speaking about a movement forward. Trapped in fear. This is you getting out of your own way. Sagittarius, getting out of your own way to not self-sabotage. Yeah, I don't like the expression self-sabotage. I understand what it means, like, and you understand what it means. Obviously, it's not an intellectual problem here. But what I'm finding with when we say self-sabotage, I just feel a little bit like, okay, another way of saying self-sabotage is you're doing the best that you can. There's no such real thing as a self-sabotaging thing. You're doing the very best that you can. If you knew how to do something different, you would. So self-sabotaging, it's judgmental, and I just don't like it. It doesn't bring people into then moving forward. It's more like, so I want to make a change, but then apparently I'm doing something to not make that change. And so now you're judging yourself for not making the change, even though you want it. What if you just say instead, I want to make this change and I'm doing the best that I can? You know, I'm the only one moving, for crying out loud, and like doing the best that I can. Like, let's just all shift the self-sabotage into I'm doing the best that I can. Okay, quit that deck and move into another one. I think it's just one or two here. Sadness and isolation, but look at that. You're coming out of that now. You've been in sadness and isolation, and I feel like this is not like just recent. Like, this is not over the weekend thing. You stayed in over the weekend, and now you're coming back out. This is more like this is the 7-year thing. Like, this is a 5-year situation. You've been in isolation. You've probably been very isolated and dealt with a whole bunch of stuff. Let's just call it life. And now you're coming out of that isolation. I love that. We have one more here. Feel it. There you go. Look at that. Embrace. This is again leaving the world behind. It's an ending and starting a new beginning. Okay. Yeah, I'm just seeing a whole bunch of change here. Like, we're thinking about a move. It might even be a move to a warmer climate, because I'm seeing those birds who are when like it gets a little bit too cold here in Sweden, the birds just pack up their stuff. You see them with their little bags, maybe in their mouth, flying to a warmer climate. So it might even be that you're moving to a warmer climate, but there's definitely thinking about a move, like wanting, and if it's not like to a warmer climate, this might be like staying in your own town or whatever, but you're thinking about wanting to move to a different house, different state, different company. It's a move, you know, it's a bigger move. It's not a small thing. And so you're really thinking about this. And this, I just feel like everything is just going to be, like I see this movement, play on words there, but like this movement going up. Like it's going to sort of just suck everything with it, if that makes sense. Like it's not just going to be one thing. I think once you just start to move forward, everything else is sort of going to just jump on. One thing is going to lead to the other, that's going to lead to the other, that's going to lead to the other. Like, just start moving. And you're already doing that. And the situation has ended, and you're finally free. New opportunities for happiness will now follow. Put the past behind you. I love this. It's like, this is not only, this is what I mean. It's a big, for me, this 7-year cycle, I just feel it in my bones. It's crazy how something can I'm speaking from my own personal life now. Like, it's amazing how something can make you feel so captivated. Talk about trapped in fear. I'm no Sagittarius, but this has certainly been my story. You know, trapped in fear and almost feeling captive in my own life. That's something like that. Of course, it's sort of not an overnight ending, but it almost feels like when something releases, it just releases. And obviously, it's been an ongoing situation for, I would say, those 7 years, for sure. But once it's ended, it's like, oh my God, what to do with my life when I'm now captive anymore? When there's no, no fights, no conflicts, no. It doesn't mean that there's no things to deal with in your life, but just that overall, when it's all of a sudden just quiet, no one is messing with you. And it's just for you to sort of go ahead with what you wanted to do at all times. And I just feel I'm always brought to this story about this Ten of Michael, that it's like to just sort of look at yourself and look at others as you have just been playing a role up until now, like an Oscar-worthy role. You've been playing this role so good that you even bought into the story for a while. It's like you are playing this character in this movie or in this script, this manuscript, and you're living the role or the character so well that at some point you start to think it's actually your life. This is real. But once the curtain is closed, like once the movie's done and the curtain closes, it's like, no, it's actually not real. It's actually all an illusion. I bought into it for a bit there, and I actually even brought up some fearful, worrisome, frustrating emotions there to something that's actually not real. And now you get to choose a different manuscript. This is now done, and you get to choose a different manuscript. You're now going to write a completely different story. And you're probably going to write the completely different story based on what you just came out from. Because now you know so crystal clear what you want based on what you don't want. And I just realized that, we have 10 of Michael with the wheel, which is also 10. So it's like a double completion. And whatever that means in your life, that it's a double completion, like it might just be the magnitude of it. Like, okay, this whole thing is wrapping up, and this whole thing is wrapping up. We can just summarize it and say this is like the end of this chapter. But it's just a really big end to this chapter, or there's several things just closing down right now. And you're not sad, you're not frustrated that it's ending, you're not like, oh, I wanted that to last a little bit longer. It's like, thank goodness this is done. And now you're stepping into new beginnings. And because it's the wheel, that's what I'm saying. It might even be that you have felt for a while that like, it's so stagnant. Like, why doesn't it move forward? You feel like you're sort of out of it, but you're not into something new. That's what I'm talking about. Like, you're the only one moving forward. So that's a little bit tough. It's like the energy is not coming along. But with the Wheel of Fortune, that's going to change. It's end of delays. It's end of the stagnant energy. It's end of the limbo, if you will, like the in-between. It's the end of the in-between. And it's just a different pace now. Like the energy is going to start to pick up, and you're going to finally start to feel like, oh wow, the energy is now coming with me. It's almost not like you have to carry the energy anymore or push it forward anymore. It's rather like just floating along with it. Together with the Ace of Gabriel, Gaze of April, whatever you've been wanting to do, whatever, like shooting for the stars, like aiming for the mountains, whatever this has been for you, this dream, this passion of yours that you've been wanting to like get underway for a while. And whether this is the move that you've been thinking about, getting a new job, a career shift, or change, like whatever this is for you, a different relationship, getting into a relationship, getting out of one, whatever you felt really passionate about and really inspired to do is now getting a move on as well. Okay, we had the trapped in fear, sadness and isolation, and temptation. So the trapped in fear and sadness and isolation, I just feel like this, whatever has brought you here, whatever situation has brought you here, and it might not be like that it has been a constant. I just feel like whatever this has been has both caused you to feel like you can't really like be out there and do things out there, whatever out there means, but like to be a part of this world, to be a part of this life, to really like be outgoing and participate in things. This is more like a, when we want to go into hermit mode, be all by ourselves, put like a blanket over our heads and just not participate. And this type of, I mean, this is what I mean when I say, yes, this is a situation that maybe has caused you to go into hermit mode, but at the same time, look at what it has done. Like, look at what it has opened up in you and how determined you are and how clear you are about what you want. So this situation is over. Whatever has put you in that place of feeling worried or feeling anxious. I see Sagittarius really be up in your head, like ruminating. Is that what it's called? Like you just go over and over and over in your head what's going on. Like it's a very, stressful place to be in that we can't sort of drop down in the heart and just relax into it. So probably overdoing it in your head a little bit maybe has led to headaches and really feeling quite tired, like almost fatigue. This is coming to an end. This is what I'm feeling like. This is the final card, the Embrace card, which is the World card in the traditional tarot. So this is where we're headed. We are coming to a close twice. We had 10-10. We're saying goodbye to the old and you're saying good day to the new. There's a new beginning. There's a new movement forward. And this is a little bit of like the sitting in between, the temptation card that comes out that says, oh, I see everything stand still about me. I'm trying this new thing, and then it just puts you right back into the old because no one and nothing is coming. It's just not coming along until now. So you're coming out of this fearful place, this stagnant place, this limbo place. And so now when you're trying to do the new, whatever toxic thing that you're trying to cut out of your life, and it might not just be sugar, it can be people, it can be thoughts in your own brain. It can be situations that just doesn't serve you. It doesn't have to be full on toxic, like this is so bad for me. You just feel like it's just not uplifting. It's interesting because I was talking to this person yesterday. It was a personal reading. It was actually a Zoom, but it was a personal situation. So this person, she was like fully okay with, she come to the point where she was like, when someone is really, really bad to you, when it's obviously in your face, someone is so not good for you. She was like, I'm so done with that. But then she had other people in her life that were sort of 80% good. And it's like, okay, so this is now the next level of where do we have the right to draw the line? Do we draw the line when they're 100% bad, or do we have the right to draw the line when they're actually 20% bad? Like, yeah, they're overall good, so I guess I'd put up with it. Or do you have the right to say, in fact, you know what? Not even that will do anymore. So, like, you probably will be faced with situations and people right now where you get to decide for yourself if this is something that you want to continue to do or if this is something that you want to cut out of your life. And the thing here is that I'm trying to say, if you now go on this more healthy, if you're now trying to cut out sugar, if you're trying to cut out And it doesn't have to be like a life thing. It can be just, I'm trying to listen to my body, you know? It's not going to be so tough anymore because the rest is now coming. Life is catching up. The energy is catching up. You don't have to pull this wagon on your own. It's like now you're on this train that it's going all by itself, if that makes sense. To then move into the new world. This is the end of the old and this is coming into the new. You're so like embrace. It's so fitting because you're so embracing the new. This is about not, like what I said, you may have to like drop that a little bit because you might have been fighting a lot lately, like fighting to get things going, fighting to change things and feeling like it's not really happening. And you can just drop the fight and allow. So you embrace something that's already there, right? That's what embracing, like I'm embracing this situation. I'm embracing just like it is. I'm embracing this new opportunity. I'm embracing what's right in front of me. Like whatever that is, like it's an embrace of what already exists rather than I'm going to fight my way there. I don't see it, so there's nothing to embrace here. This is when you are allowing things to fall into place rather than to fight them there. And you're so happy to put the old in the old and to just embrace this new. We're going to end with the fairies to see what the fairies want to tell you, Sagittarius. Final message for Sagittarius, please, for the month of April. Look within. And it's not for you to go back in. It's like I feel like you were just there. You were in this nest. You've been in this hermit mode, you know, and it's not for you to climb back in. You just got out of it. But this is more like going deep within and just really follow what feels truthful and authentic and real for you right now. That is what I have for you, beautiful Sagittarius. Thank you so much for watching. And I was not going to say stay safe. I never say stay safe, but for some reason I want to say stay safe. Okay? Take care.